Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today I'm getting real with you guys right now. I want to do a super real, super raw, honest homeschool update about how things are really going, how our curriculum is going. We have started our school year back up. We kept trying to start and kind of failing for a while, but finally we have really started our school year. So I want to share how that's been going, how we finally got in the groove and got started, and then just kind of be really real with you guys about just my thoughts that I have shared here on this channel and just my experience in general as far as homeschool curriculum and just, I don't know. I feel like I've been on this journey and you guys have been coming along with me, and I've told you guys that this is basically my diary. These are my homeschool diaries. This is not, okay, please stop, sit down. This is not like a how-to necessarily type of channel, although I do think you can learn from me. You can learn from my successes, you can learn from my mistakes, you know, maybe not make the same mistakes as me as I go along on my journey. Although I do think you will have to make your own mistakes, and that's part of what I'm going to be talking about today. We all have to make our own mistakes. None of us are perfect. I think with homeschooling, it's not an easy job, especially when you have a bunch of kids. But even if you have one or two kids, it's a lot of work. It's very tiring. It's very draining. It takes a lot of sacrifice for the family to do it. But it's so worth it. It's so incredibly worth it. I think that the things that are hardest in life are generally the things that are the most worth it. So anyway, let's get into today's video. I do have a little one in the background, so please excuse that. That's just kind of, that's how things are going to go at this point. So, update. So we have started our school year. We are, I have been trying, so today's August 13th. I have been trying to start our school year for 3 weeks or something like that, but the problem, I was like, oh, we're homeschoolers. We don't have to start in August. You know, we can start in July. We've had a good break. We're ready. We're ready to get back into the groove. We got the homeschool room painted. I'm still kind of organizing some things, but for the most part, I feel really good about all the organizing and everything we did this summer. We've done a lot this summer, and so I just thought, okay, we're ready. But every time I tried to start, we had some activity that we needed to go to. And it just kept pushing. I'd be like, oh, okay, well this Monday we actually have this meetup with our homeschool group, you know, whatever. So we'll go to that. And then we'll start school. And then that kept happening. And I actually have had to tell myself, I think I have FOMO a little bit, fear of missing out. I think I want to do everything. And I really do enjoy taking my kids places and giving them fun experiences. I think I am a fun homeschooling mom. Sarah Mackenzie talks about in one of her podcasts, at least I heard it once in one of her podcasts, that she's from Read Aloud Revival, by the way. But she said, an exercise of hers was to write down what you want your kids to remember when they're graduated from your homeschool. And I think for me, I've realized the first thing I knew is that I wanted them to remember books. I wanted them to remember that I read tons of books to them, that they read tons of books. I wanted books to be something they really remembered from their schooling years. But then another thing that I've realized recently is fun. That's the next thing I would write down, fun. I want my kids to look back and be like, we had a lot of fun. We did a lot of really cool things. We experienced a lot. We tried out different sports and different activities and different clubs, and we were really in the community of homeschooling. We weren't just in our little island at our home homeschooling. We were, having community with other homeschoolers, and my mom was a lot of fun. I bought a bunch of toys. My last video was what is it called? It's not learning resources. I don't know, it's my last video. I always forget what that, Lakeshore Learning, I think is what it's called. From the Lakeshore Learning website, I bought a bunch of toys that they're educational toys. They go along with stuff we're gonna be doing in classical conversations. But they're also just toys, you know, at the end of the day. And I want our learning to be fun, not even just going out and having experiences, but I want our learning in our homeschool to be fun as well. All right, sorry, my husband called me, but I want fun in our homeschool. I want fun in our learning. I want fun in our activities, in our clubs, in our things that we do. I want my kids to look back on their schooling years with me and be like, it was a lot of fun. And I want them, I pray that they are grateful for, I don't know why I feel like crying, but I pray they're grateful for every bit of effort that I put into all of this and the sacrifices we made and all how hard my husband works to make it possible for me to be able to homeschool and everything. So anyway, getting emotional for some reason, but so I say all of that because I want to talk about curriculum. So we kept trying to start and then it just wasn't working out. And finally I was like, look, like we are going to turn down. We had something we had to go on Monday this week. So on Monday we had Carter, my oldest, his classical conversations class was having a pool party. And the cool thing about homeschooling is that the little siblings can come and it was a blast. Like it was totally worth it. And he got to meet his class for the first time. So that was like 100% worth it. But anyway, that was a very busy, tiring day going to the pool party. But we started on Tuesday. So is today only Wednesday? Okay, it's only Wednesday, but I'm telling you guys, I've figured it out. It's been 2 days of school. Like consistent school. We've been trying. Have we? Anyway, it doesn't matter. I really feel like I figured this out. So I had told myself we're not going to do school. And I already figured this out last year when I was doing too many activities and I was doing them like in the morning time. It's just, if we do an activity in the morning, we're going to be tired and everything. And we're just not going to get to all of our school, if any of it. And if we do get to some of it, we're not going to have like the mental space for it because we're going to be tired and our brains are tired and we need rest and everything. So I told myself we're going to get our schoolwork done first thing in the morning. We're going to put off any other activities or anything else till the afternoon after we finish school. So that is what I've started implementing. So we have done something both of these days, on Tuesday and Wednesday. On Tuesday, we had the last splash pad day of the summer with our homeschool group. So we went to that in the afternoon. And then today we actually went to another splash pad thing with some friends. And so yeah, we did that this afternoon. So we have done stuff. Oh, and then also yesterday, Charlie had her first day of dance. My daughter, she is almost 4. She'll be 4 in September. She had her first ever dance class. It was adorable. She loved it. It was so much fun. Definitely follow me on Instagram if you want like updates on like random things like that. But she loved it. It was so cute and I'm so excited for her. So we had all that going on. But we got our school done in the morning. And what I had figured out with curriculum is, one, I want a curriculum that is going to challenge my kids, that is going to teach them and it's going to stick for them. But then I also don't want to spend hours and hours and hours on curriculum. I just don't. There's so much cool, like there's so many different cool curriculums out there that I would love to try. I am like, you know, shiny object syndrome or whatever. You guys know that. But I have tried them. I've tried a lot of them. And I think I've finally figured it out. And it's the good and the beautiful, you guys. Like, I hate to say it. I hate to admit this. Because I totally felt like this curriculum was just hyped up to the max. And I was like, it's sponsored. It's hyped up. I don't like their censored literature, which I still don't like that part, but like, I just was like, no, I don't think the good and the beautiful is right for us. It's too hyped up. I don't trust it. I'm suspicious of it, but guys, it's it for us. And it may not be it for you. And it may not be it for a lot of other YouTubers. And I think that's been part of my problem is I love consuming homeschooling content. I love listening to other homeschool moms. It really can motivate me and excite me about homeschooling. It makes me feel less alone because even though we are in this community of homeschoolers, you know, not a ton of people homeschool. And so I love that. But I think that I see them and I feel like I need to be doing what they're doing, like every single one. And I'm just not them. You're not me. Like, I can learn from them. I can take bits and pieces from different homeschool YouTube channels. But at the end of the day, I have to figure out what's right for me, what me as a homeschooling mom, what I want to do with my homeschool. And that's why I brought up the books and fun. And the third thing that I forgot that I would want my kids to say, is that I was consistent. That I gave them a solid education because I was consistent. And honestly, with all these changes and everything, and with a lot of activities and stuff, it's been hard for me to be consistent. So, I've just realized I can't do it all. Now, am I going to, like, you know, my last 2 videos ago, I was telling you guys I'm doing like a million math curriculum. I've already changed my mind on that. But am I going to totally give up on like my multiple math curriculum? No, not necessarily, but I'm not going to go to the fullest with that. So what I decided to do, we got started yesterday, apparently, and well, we've been trying, honestly. We've been trying, so it's not just like 2 days, like we've been trying for weeks. And then I've just finally this past 2 days felt like things have clicked into place, and I'm like, this is it. This is our routine. This is what's going to work. So I brought Henry back to the Good and the Beautiful Math 3 as our main core math for him. Now, and I've decided all of my kids are going to do the Good and the Beautiful Math. I already was doing the kindergarten math with my first grader. He did half of Math with Confidence kindergarten last year, and I got sick of it, I think is what happened. I just got tired of all the manipulatives. I got tired of the black and white. I miss the color. Oh, I miss the color. And I feel like that seems, Joe was laughing at me. I feel like that seems silly because color doesn't really matter, right? Like, but no, it does. Like, I don't know if it's just the color. I think it's also the organization, how organized the Good and the Beautiful is, how simple it is, how it makes me feel like any day, even if we are having a busier day or whatever, I could whip this out and do a lesson, and I know it's not going to take super long, and I know I'm not going to be searching for multiple manipulatives or like reinventing the wheel every time. Like, it's going to be in here, it's going to be clear cut, it's going to be pretty, it's going to have geography, which the math for level 3 is China or Japan or something like that. Something like that. And then I'm clearly learning geography along with my kids. And then the language arts for level 2 has geography. I mean, obviously that's something everyone talks about is the geography. But like one day we pulled this out and I was supposed to tell him what continent is what. And then he's supposed to read the words next to that continent. Well, we have been for CC practicing and learning the continents, and we have like a song about it. And so he already knows them, and so it's really fun because I'd be like, okay, read the words next to North America, and he knows where that is, or next to Asia, he knows where that is. And so I just love that they incorporate the geography, because first of all, we do a lot of geography in CC, and second of all, the kid loves geography. He loves it. And you know, I didn't get it at first because I was not a history or geography girl. I was a math and science girl, but I'm starting to get it. It is interesting. It is fun. So this is just like a random thing where it's about reading and silent K or whatever, but also geography. Like, I just love that the Good and the Beautiful does that kind of thing. But that's not it. That's not just it. Okay, so it's colorful, it's organized, but I also think it's rigorous. I really do. I really do think the Good and the Beautiful is rigorous enough for us at this time. Now, we are also doing CC, so they will also have that. We're doing Beautiful Feats, picture books around the world part 2, because that has to do with Europe, and CC is doing Europe. So anyway, I've talked about that on my channel, but we are doing some other things. But, what? She keeps telling me, bro. Okay, anyway. But, what was I saying? I lost my train of thought. Oh, rigorous. Okay, so anyway, I have tried all out reading. I've tried logic of English. I have tried, we like spelling UC, which I still like. But I have tried lots of things. This is it. I had to bring him back to level 2. After doing all about reading and logic of English, I had to bring him down a level. He's in 3rd grade and he's having to do the Good and Beautiful level 2. And hopefully we'll move up to level 3 and like catch up, you know? But he's having to do this because he wasn't ready for level 3. Like, it is a more rigorous program and it really builds on itself. And I think it does a really good job reinforcing concepts like homophones. You don't just see it a couple times, you see it again and again and again. I love that. So my 1st grader, I have talked openly about how he's kind of behind and he's my kid that like resists school and everything. He is doing their kindergarten prep, and I talked about this in a haul video, but we have started it and we are on lesson. We've done 2 lessons so far. It's perfect. This kindergarten prep is exactly what he needs because he still needs a little bit of work with his letters, but it's not just doing letters. Like, it feels a little bit older because they're also doing like vowels and learning the vowel song and things like that. So, and they're tracing, like, it's so good. And I just really feel like it is giving him that foundation. And I wish that I hadn't been so anti the Good and the Beautiful and I would have just followed the same thing I did with my 3rd grader until I decided to switch him in 2nd grade. Doing the Good and the Beautiful preschool and then the Good and the Beautiful kindergarten prep, which is this, and then the kindergarten level in kindergarten. And just keeping on going with their programs, each grade level, it just builds on itself. It really prepares them. They cover everything. Like, they remind you to teach your kid your phone number. They remind you to sing the Days of the Week song and things like that. Like, and then their videos. I love their videos. I feel like their videos are just the perfect blend of a little bit of technology, which my kids like, and like fun, and like someone else kind of teaching them through these videos, and then also just straight book work, which is what I prefer. I don't want everything on the computer. So, oh, and then as far as rigorous, when it goes to the math, like, so Henry did math with, he did the Good and Beautiful for kindergarten and 1st grade, and then he did math with confidence for 2nd grade. And I do think it gave him a solid understanding of addition and subtraction, but I feel like he's behind compared to the Good and the Beautiful Math 3. And that's why I went back to Math with Confidence, was like, okay, we'll do Math with Confidence 3. Because 1, I felt like he was a little bit behind this. It was a little bit too much for him because, you know, they probably focus on different things and stuff. But 2, I felt like the multiplication wasn't like deep enough in this. I've said that a few times. But they actually have this really cool app for practicing multiplication, and I think that's where you can kind of focus on it and go a little bit deeper. But like, they are doing in 3rd grade, they're doing like multiple digit addition. He was not ready for this. Like, whatever, I don't know what they did in 2nd grade for the Good and the Beautiful, but like, I'm sure they would have prepared him for this by 3rd grade if they're having it at the very beginning of the curriculum. He was not ready, and he's struggling a little bit with it, and I'm having to, like, you know, go over it with him, and he's very good at math and very good with numbers, so he'll get it. But I do feel like this is more rigorous. Also, his independent practice, I feel like is tougher, a little bit more intense than the Math with Confidence independent practice for their 3rd grade level. Like, there's more like logic and thought. Like this last lesson we did today, they had to figure out the lost digits in these multi-digit addition and subtraction problems. This was not easy. This took some thought, and I actually worked with him on this. So it's review, like he couldn't do this individually, but I did that part with him because he wanted my support and help, and then he did the rest himself. But I really feel like he has to think. He does miss the games for Math with Confidence. We do like the games, but I think my solution with that is either I'm gonna look through and just do some of their games, or I bought that thing from Lakeshore Learning that is like multiplication games, and so we'll try that. If we like those, we'll just do those sometimes. But I also like that The Good and the Beautiful, I feel like, understands that homeschoolers, especially have multiple kids. Like, I have a daughter in preschool right now, and she insists on doing school. Like, I would prefer to just school her like 2 or 3 days a week. I think that's fine for a preschooler. No. If her brothers are doing it, she's doing it, and she prefers to go first. And she's like, she would do it right now if I asked her. She would be thrilled. And it is 7:20 at night. So anyway, she insists on doing school. So I'm basically doing, now her stuff is shorter because she's doing the pre-K. So she's doing The Good and the Beautiful pre-K. She's on lesson 22 because we started this like at the beginning of this year, and she's doing really good with this. So she loves it. It's, it goes great for her, and I don't know. I feel so at peace with this. And then the reading part, okay, wait, first let me finish this thought. So we only have so much time. I don't want to spend all day on our academics. I want to focus on our academics, but I don't want to feel overwhelmed and just like it's a drag. I want it to be like rigorous and enough, but then also leave time for other things. So basically with all of that we're doing, like we do our morning time, which is like Bible, a read aloud, like either history or science. We do that in the morning during breakfast time. And then we go into our individual subjects, and it takes us from like 8 to noon. It takes us a good amount of time because it's a bunch of kids. Okay, I'll fix it in a minute. It's a bunch of kids, and it takes time. But I'm telling you, just doing the Good and the Beautiful levels with my kids and our morning time, that's all the time we have. We don't have enough time to do all these other things I want to do when it comes to academics and reading, like having them read and me reading to them. That's all the time we have. And then we have lunch, and then we've got like stuff we want to do in the afternoons. Now, could we do a little bit of extra work in the afternoon on days that are slower or we don't have something till later? Sure. And that's when I'll probably add in Beast Academy and stuff like that. But our core stuff, mentally our core, that I'm like, we have to at least get this done every day. It takes us from like 8 a.m., 8-ish to noon-ish. So that to me is just showing that I have to be strategic in what I'm picking, and I need to just be consistent. So another thing that I do like about The Good, the Beautiful, and this is going to sound crazy because I've said I don't like their literature, and I don't like their censored type literature. But I'm realizing for these younger levels, like I said, like I love their little books. Like you can't get this wrong. It's like I dig and stuff like that. Like their little box set of books. It's just like I dig. Like that's not censored, it's just for a little kindergartner. But they have so much literature that will go with the reading level. And I really like that. Now I'm still using Sunlight. So what I'm having Henry, my 3rd grader, do, who's doing the language arts level 2, is I actually am having him read. It was the level 3 that had that Timothy and the something or another that I could not stand that story. So we'll just skip that when we get to level 3. But I am having him read the level 2 literature, and it's good. I like it. I like the way it's set up. It's very organized. It goes along with what he's learning about with reading, and he reads a little, I read a little. It's really good. And then I also have him read one of his Sunlight readers, and he can do that too. And those are like really good, like classic, solid literature and solid stories. But I love that The Good and the Beautiful has like so many readers. Like this is another box set and another box set that I have. These are more books that I have that go perfectly with The Good and the Beautiful curriculum for my little ones to read when they're doing the kindergarten level. So it fits us. I've got a lot of kids. I also have a kid that's going to be a junior in high school, and he does a lot of things online, but he's doing CC this year. And that's going to take some of my attention because I'm going to need to make sure he's doing all his stuff for CC, and I'll update you guys on how that goes because I think it's going to be a really good way to kind of keep him motivated with his work because it can be hard with boys, especially as they get older. So anyway, I'm busy. I only have so much time, and I feel like that this is just a solid curriculum that gets the job done in a fun way, a fun and engaging way. Like for Math 4, I'm pretty sure it's Europe that is the geography focus. And how fun is that? Like, they just know what they're doing as far as like teaching kids. And I have worried about their math. Like it's a little too simple in some ways, but honestly, it's more rigorous than Math with Confidence. Like it is. And Math with Confidence, I'd say, is more in depth, but we are going to be doing the math map through CC once the CC weeks start. I'm waiting for the actual CC weeks to start. We are going to do the math map, and that's going to have a little bit more of that like background in math and understanding the concepts behind everything. So I think that also makes me not so worried anymore about it. I have all my Math with Confidence books like over there. I don't know if you guys can see it, but I might sell them. I don't know. I like their book lists for like fun picture book ideas for math, so I might keep them for that or just take a picture of it and sell it. I don't know. But I'm thinking of dropping one of my maths and just having 3. Doing Beast Academy just a couple days a week in the afternoon when we have time. This being our core math, and then math map being something we do during morning time as a family as just like kind of a background in math and really building that up. So anyway, I hope this update was helpful or made sense. I don't know. I feel really good about this school year. My daughter, my youngest, is going to be 4 in September, and I think that helps because she's finally like not a toddler. She's finally not a toddler anymore, and so that just really helps with the stress levels and trying to do school and the interruptions and everything. We're doing a lot in our schoolroom. I'm really learning and understanding what works for me. Like all these toys she's playing with right now, like when I'm teaching my kids and trying to teach multiple kids at once, I utilize all these educational toys and games and keep them in here in the room with me. Oh, another thing is like I want time to practice piano in the afternoon. I don't want to still be doing our schoolwork so much in the afternoon because we need time to practice our piano and practice our chess and our sports and all of that. So anyway, that's an update on our first like few days of school and how we're finally getting into a rhythm and a routine, and just my admitting that the Good and the Beautiful is just where it's at. Like what can I say? What can I say? They've got me. They've got me in a chokehold, and I'm just gonna have to roll with it. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. That just supports my channel, tells YouTube that this might be a good video, and they might push it out to others. Subscribe if you're new, and click the bell to be notified when I post new videos, because I can be kind of random when I post videos. But anyway, I'll see you next time. Bye.